So now let me show you how to read a trend with price action. So this is a trend. First of all, the green part here is an uptrend and the red part here is a downtrend. Alright, so the trend moves in three types. Right, first we have the uptrend where the market is going up. So how do you read this trend? You are going to see a series of impulsive move. So this is called an impulsive move. And this one here is called a pullback. Right, this is called an impulsive move and this is called a pullback. So when the market creates an impulsive move, this new high that it creates here is called a higher high. And then when it creates a pullback, right, it will again create another impulsive move if this is an uptrend. So this is how we know this is an uptrend. So we need to see another impulsive move, right? And then we need to this zone here, when it creates another impulsive move, it leaves this zone which is called a lower high, right? So when the impulsive move breaks past this high, it creates a new higher high. And why do we call this a higher high? Because it's higher than the first higher here, and it's also higher than the first higher low here. Alright, so once you do that, same thing happens again, it creates another lower high here. Alright, so this is called impulsive move and this is called a pullback. So consider this and remember this. We are going to go into the real charts and I will show you how this works, because in the charts it will be a little bit different to read it easily. Like it will be a little bit difficult to read it as easy as it is right here. Right, and again here we see the market creates a higher high. Right, but now as you can see, from this point here to this point here, right, it creates a low which is lower than the higher low. So we call this a lower low and makes a pullback. So this is now the impulsive move. Remember, so I hope you can see this. This is now the impulsive move. Now we can see the market pulls back again, creates a pullback. So let me do this. So now this is an impulsive move, and now this is the pullback. Right, because now the market is going down. Why? Because it have created a lower low which is lower than this previous level here, which is this one here. Now it creates a pullback. Once it creates a pullback, it creates a lower low here, and here it creates a higher low. Right, the pullback creates a higher low. Why do we call this a higher low? Because it's higher than the lower low, so it's a higher low. Right, so again another impulsive move here, creating a lower low, and another impulsive move, another pullback here, creating a higher low and another lower low, and the cycle goes on and on and on again. Right, so this is how you read the trend based on price action. You just need to go into the market, identify these higher highs and higher lows, but it's not as easy as it is here to identify these higher lows. Right, and I'm going to go into the charts and show you how to identify them in the charts. Right, so we have first the downtrend, right, which is here. We have the uptrend, which is here, and we also have something which is called the sideways or the ranging market. So the ranging market is just moving sideways. Right, you don't have higher lows, you don't have higher highs, you just have the market moving in the sideways. This is called a ranging market. Right, so I'm going to show you how to trade in the uptrends. What are the best ways to trade in uptrends, and also what are the best ways to trade in downtrends, also what are the best ways to trade in sideways trends. So let's go into the market and I'll show you how I'm gonna show you here how to read a trend based on price action right there. All right, So let's take this example right here. We have our market moving, right? We have our market from this point. Let's maximize this one. Okay, so we have the market moving from this point going up, right? And what do you see here? You see, starting from this point, we have the market moving up, right? And we have this higher high here, right? And we have a pullback, right? Now I want you to pay attention. Now we have a pullback, so you might think that this pullback is coming here, right? But this pullback is not coming here. This pullback is coming to this point. This is the lower high, right? So this is the lower high, this is the higher high, right? And why do I say the pullback is coming here, not here? Is simply because this move that went up here, look at this move here didn't break past the higher high. So if a move doesn't break past the higher high, you are still in a pullback. So all this is a pullback, right? And then you see the market pushes up to this point, and now this is our new higher high, right? Remember, our new higher high needs to be above this higher high right there. So once you create this higher high there, you see that the market creates another small moves here, but we don't consider this move here because this move here created, it was just a pullback. This is just a pullback up to this point. Why do we say to this point? Because this point is the lower high that created a huge move that broke past the higher high, right? So once the market breaks past the higher high, now we can see that the uptrend is continuing, and you can see another pullback that comes here, right? And so this is a higher high. So if this pullback doesn't break past the higher high, the higher low, you are still in an uptrend. Also here, if we don't see a pullback that breaks past your higher low, you are still in an uptrend no matter what happens here. So here we were still in an uptrend up until at this point. Let me show you when this small uptrend ended. So we see the market moving up. It didn't break past here, so we were still in an uptrend at this point. It reverses up here. We were still in an uptrend up until the market broke past this level here. Once the market broke past this level here, the uptrend is finished. Why? Because now the market is lower than our previous lower high. So the market is now moving to create a lower low. Once it creates a lower low here, it pulls back, creates a higher low, now a lower low. So from this point here, we were now in a downtrend, right? So you can see how exactly do you read the market, right? So from this point, let's continue. So we see the market breaking past this zone here. Now it creates a new it creates, okay, so it came here, okay. So the market breaks past this lower low here, it moves to create a new lower low. Now it pulls back. Now this is not a pullback. Here, this is not our lower high. Why? Because this move that came after this lower high didn't break past this zone. So we need a move that break past this zone. So if the market still does this, we are still in a pullback. This is all a pullback until at this point here. So this was our lower high. Why do I say this is our lower high? Because this is where the market pushed and we were still haven't broken here. So we were still in a pullback until we pulled down to this point to create a new lower low, and this new lower low broke past this lower low. So that's why it's a lower low. That's why we are in a downtrend now. Now we move back into this, right? We score this a lower high. Why? Because the move that came there broke past to create a lower low, and it goes and it goes and it goes, right? We can even went up. Now from this point you can see, so we said this was our lower low and this was our lower high, right? And this became our lower low, and this was a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, until it broke past this zone. Here we were still in a pullback, right? Now when we broke this zone, we clearly see that, okay, now from this zone here we have, instead of a lower low, we have a lower high, and now we have this high here. So the first high that broke past here is now our higher high, and now this is a pullback creating our lower high, and once we break past this again we create our higher high, and this is a pullback. Once we break, so if we when you break your previous level, that's when the reversal starts, right? So this is how you read the market with price action. We even went further doing the same thing, and now once the market breaks past our previous lower low, we are now in a lower low, the downtrend. Now we are going down, and the same things happen over and over again. This is how exactly you read a forex trend like a professional trader, right?